guys, Aaron Chandler here for Forever Football, DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It's another Daily Reports. After releasing the Brandon Horton video, we've got a couple of updates here to share with you today on this one. Now we do have another pre-season friendly confirmed just before the Mexborough Athletic game on the 10th of July. Now you guys know from what I've said in the past, now this is depending on restrictions. I will be at the Mexborough game on the 14th of July, depending on restrictions, to review that game and watch it from the stands. Now, in terms of the next pre-season friendly, the one before it on the 10th of July, we've potentially got our opponents sorted. Well, from the looks of it, potentially our opponents sorted. We've also got an article from the Free Press confirming the contracted players at Doncaster Rovers beyond this season, beyond this summer. So before we get started, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss another video, and let's get into this one. So, our opponents for the 10th of July have already posted what our schedule is. It could be the first friendly of the season. And that is it's at their game, at their ground, on the 10th of July. It is against Rossington Main. Now, you guys know, if you follow my Instagram, at Aaron Chandler Official, links in the description down below, that I was at that game just a couple of years ago when we played Rossington Main. A couple of years ago, man. It feels like a normal society back then. But I was at Rossington Main. They were playing the match. It was a good, comfortable win. The atmosphere was great. And I'll be, hopefully, fingers crossed, if restrictions allow, I want to be trying getting back there again on the 10th of July. So, could you imagine it? 10th of July Rossington and 14th of July Mexborough. That'd be interesting. But I'll try my best to try and get as close to the ground as possible if I can't get in. But yeah, it should be very, very interesting indeed to see what happens with that. I think Rossington Main's a good opponent, nice local opponents, keeping it nice and local, which is wonderful. Good run out for the lads, give a couple of the kids the run out as well. So I'll be very, very excited to see what we do with that. Now, obviously, the second and final of our big stories today is about the contracted players past this summer. So the players contracted for next season and beyond. So basically the headline description for this article reads, it's set to be a big summer of big upheaval at Rovers, but there'll still be some existing players still standing at the end of the summer. Here we look at the players currently contracted for next season at the club, and of course beyond. We've got Lewis Jones, contracted until 2022. Tom Anderson, the captain, contracted until 2022. Andy Butler, contracted until 2022. Cameron John, contracted until 2022. Onto the next page, we have Brandon Horton, who's got a new one-year deal. We said that in the previous update today, until 2022. Charlie Seaman is on until 2023. John Bostock's on until 2022. AJ Greaves is on until 2022 with the extra year option, so could be potentially 2023. Hassani until 2022. Ed Williams until 2022. John Taylor until 2024. Omar Bogle till 2022. Going on to the next page here, we've got Fajiri Okunabiri contracts until 2022. So, aside from the under-18s, we've got 13 players. Now, I know what you're thinking. 13 players. And imagine if a couple of those players on current deals past this summer, imagine if they leave as well. That could be 10 or 11 players. It's more than what McCann left us with a few years ago, but it's still not a lot of players, is it? It's still not a lot. But it's very, very interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very exciting to see what happens with this squad. New manager comes in, Graham Younger, new head of talent identification, the man who recruited to help Cardiff get to the Premier League a few years back. He's been at Blackpool, Bolton, Blackburn. He knows his stuff. He's got experience in different fields as an analyst and head of recruitment. He's been around the block, so he knows the stuff. And if we can get a guy that can recruit players to help Cardiff get to the Premier League a few years ago, then we've got a serious guy on our hands. So I think he said in his interview when he came into the club yesterday, he said, he's sitting on his hands a bit, he's sitting on his fingers a bit, because it's like, we're getting the all system go when the manager comes in, we're ready to get started. They've already identified targets, which is great news. this is going to be a big busy summer for Rovers. I'm expecting a lot of ins and a lot of outs. So obviously the outs will be out of contract players, loanees going back, etc. And I will do probably separate videos just to sum up their season with us as they leave the club. But, you know, that's what we're looking at here. So, thank you very much, guys, for watching this episode of the DRFC Daily Reports. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And for now, guys, my own channel from Forever Football, DRFC, keep living the Rovers life. And that, my friends, full time. Rovers till I die. Thank you very much.